vlog, I guess, my progress as of recently. Now, this may be a played out trope in my life, and to anybody that's been on this channel before, you've heard me go through many, many struggles, and I'm no stranger to them. Life is like a cycle, and there's always going to be many trials before we get to any form of solution. I have said it many times in the past, so I will never have the ego to say, "Oh, this right here and right now is the one. This is the time where everything's gonna turn out great, fantastic." And no, this is the first time in my life, though, in my many years on this planet, that I've decided to, for one, take a huge leap in a spiritual sense, which I'm very reluctant to say, but I have to be honest, because it is proving to help me on this path again, where I'm choosing clarity, sobriety, and yes, it's the whole not drinking arc with me again. I'm actually working the steps. Come on, to the corner, watch the cars. So let's see, I'm working on the third step. I had to literally invent a God of my understanding so I could go to these meetings and be a part of this program and feel like I'm being honest about it. They gave me a 30-day chip that I didn't want to accept because I haven't ever worked the steps properly. I have never taken it seriously. I just would show up and think that was being a part of something. But I can't deny the clarity that I feel from doing this. Good morning. Hi there. From doing this, I do feel healthier. I wake up and I have clarity in the morning. I can get up and get to it real quick. I've been able to kind of be self-dependent as of late in terms of making money, which has been a real blessing. Something that I've always procrastinated, but I finally acted on. I started a little eBay store. It will never replace like employment and benefits, but I made a little under $1,000 in just like two days, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the clarity. Right now, I'm taking care of my mother by myself. She is 80, and waking up every day and serving somebody else other than myself, serving anything, you know. Even if I find myself getting annoyed over stupid petty things, because that is what we do as human beings. We find things to drive us crazy. Even if we can choose peace, we choose conflict. Hey, welcome. Welcome to, this channel is a ghost channel. It's a dead zone. But every now and again, I pick it up. I like to tune in. Hey, Saffron, morning to you. I like to tune in. Calum, Danny, and Saffron. It's fantastic to see you again. So yes, I'm on, how many arcs of sobriety have I been on? I'm embarrassed about that. But you cannot hold yourself hostage by remembering the past if it's going to create a negative. You have to do something positive with it in the now. I am 40 years old. Accepting that has not been easy, especially if I don't look like I'm 40. I find myself always self-conscious about it, and when I share during a group or starting to mediate meetings myself with people with mental illnesses and addictions, which is really, really great. I mean, I feel like I'm serving something greater when I'm helping others, even though it's self-serving. It feels good to do good, and in my case, I like to preach a lot, but practicing what I preach has been a whole other level of accountability. So I put the drink down yet again for, oh my goodness, what has it been? About 2 months. I left all of my jobs not that long ago, and I've been collecting crap, comics, and I've had Super Nintendo games just sitting around. So I opened up a little store on eBay, and it's been a consistent way to keep money in the account. I don't foresee this being something I'm going to do for a great long time, but I'm certainly going to keep it on the side. It's helping me feel less codependent, especially when I'm tending to my elderly mother who cannot barely move on her own. It was kind of scary recently. What's up, Actions Not Distractions? It's great to see you, man. I hope you're doing equally as well as I feel. The only thing about feeling good is that it takes work You have to keep on doing things that feed that positivity and keep your mind in a positive space. It is a huge challenge. There's so many things that can distract us and make us want to be a cynic. It's easier to be a cynic. It's easier to complain about everything. It's easier to share opinions and not listen to any others. It's easier to not learn from things and just confirm your own bias. It's easier to think you're right all the time. But I've accepted I've been wrong about a lot of things in this little one life of mine. And so this has been a huge step for me because I've been an atheist for 39 years of my life. And just for the sake of my own recovery, see, there I go again with doing things that are kind of selfish. I had to invent, because I can't get past the first or second step without having a God to surrender to. So in my own way, I just decided, and I hope this is not offensive to anybody that has their own denomination. I respect everybody's viewpoint, but for me, I made it a collection, a culmination of the love I've experienced in my life from others that are no longer with me. And that's what I pray to. I pray to some of them, or the memory of them, or the love I felt. And that is, for me, the God of my understanding, and it's helping me. It's helping me every day. Praying is a means of venting that I'm not familiar with. This used to be my catharsis, and thank you, Killiam. Thank you for the amen indeed. My father he flew to Newark recently, and so again, this is why I'm taking care of my 80-year-old mother by myself. And I just left off on something that scared the bejesus out of me recently, and that was when I walked out of my bedroom and I saw her on the floor and she was screaming. And, she's like lost the use of her right hand, her dominant hand. It's I don't know what it is. The doctors say she's got brittle bones. We thought she had dementia. No, she was just scammed by a bunch of scam artists on the internet. Come on, pup. Come on, good boy. And yes, we lost a little bit of dough, but it could have been a lot worse. She could have gone to California without telling us, and all the terrible things that didn't happen is not something I'm going to add to what I should worry about. But hold on, sorry. There's my pup right there doing his thing. Don't worry, no scat prawn here. So she has like brittle bones. She refuses to take medication. And she can't really walk anymore, or if she does, she's gonna grunt in pain. Why are you going towards the car? You stay away from the car. So when I found her on the floor, she was on her knees and she couldn't get up. She was screaming, she couldn't get up. And so I tried to lift her from her hand. She was reaching her hands out to me, which is a heartbreaking image that gave me a flashback of a time where I really hurt her feelings when she tried to teach me Spanish, blah, 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 blah. Staying in the moment, when I tried to lift her by her hands, she screamed in agony because it hurt too much. And it's because of that right hand. I don't know if it's neuropathy or, there's no necrosis, obviously. It's crazy. Apparently, it's just her bones are that fragile. It's not a blood condition like I thought. I can't stop moving. I'm walking my dog. I'm sorry. I really wish I could. I'll admit to not having the confidence to do this from my computer and do it in a proper presentation where I'm showcasing topics, and I don't know what's in my head and what made me so self-conscious when I love speaking and I adore having an audience. I adore having connection, but I don't know what it is. So I feel comfortable and sharp in the mornings. When I was drinking, I was dull, and I would wait for the nighttime before I'd drink when I'd get anxious. So 2 months fast forward. Anyway, so my mother lifting her up after she couldn't. Apparently her left leg, her knee was in excruciating pain. I had to go behind her and give a dead man's carry under her arms to clasp my own and lift her just like dead weight, complete dead weight. I had to lift her till her legs were straightened out and she could stand on her own. eye-opening moment for me, and this is why, unfortunately, it justifies my not having proper normal work. I've been employed since I was 12 to 40, 12 years old to 40, and the longest I've been unemployed was like 2 to 3 months. I've always worked in my life. So this time has been strange, and it's been a bit of a struggle, but at least with the clarity, with trying for sobriety again, and making my free time more for these programs I'm a part of, and I have a mentor, and working the steps and praying and doing all these and taking care of others, and trying to help others in a positive way. I disassociated with one of my best friends ever because he won't stop doing the skiing on the slopes. And of course, being me, I find a lot of interesting things when I look at the news. And I think I'm going to rant briefly about some of the news stuff that has me in my head. You can tune out right now if you want, but just quickly about India, Pakistan. How possible do you believe that China, seeing that America has seriously moved some of our biggest exports that were being created in China from China? We're talking about Apple, Dell, HP, all moving to India, mostly. I mean, we were outsourcing to India already, but we have a better deal with India. And I didn't want to make this political, but you see the name, and if you know me long enough, I don't hold back, but I am down for discourse. Trump is being a full-on champion in my eyes, and I'm proud that I voted for him. I'm glad I stopped voting Democrat entirely since Bernie Sanders, and I'm proud of what he's doing. He's not the most eloquent speaker, and that seems to be what people get those gotcha moments on. He's got 94% negative coverage when his actions, And look, I come up from a family of immigrants. Who does it? My family, on my mother's side, Colombian. I had illegal immigrants as my family for a long time, but they've all done it the right way. They became legal through the proper sources and paid their dues. There's far too many. We have an issue here in this country, and dealing with it does not make us a tyranny. I know we're going about it in no short order. We're being aggressive about it, but we need aggressive results. We need them quickly. I've been collecting a lot of topics and videos and clips. I've been doing a lot of research to help justify some of my own opinions, my conclusions, and feeling so happy about them. Like, I downloaded this video that's an hour or so of a border agent, and it's edited from when he went there under the Biden administration to present, and there's 93% 93% more positive results. There were all of these fences and walls that were erected, that were closed, that were down on the floor. They weren't patched up, and there was tents, people just hanging out and waiting. We were undermanned, we were under-resourced, and now the border agents were happy, and they had time to breathe. And the cartels are having to get more creative. They're putting the narcotics onto the drones, and but they're gonna have to build tunnels again. But that wall, under Trump's administration, we are tackling immigration effectively. China and India, though, I believe, based on the opinions I've looked at online, that it would not be beneath China to create a proxy war of sorts for Pakistan, which supports terrorism. And they have the whole Islamic extremism that has really been hitting me in my feels. I'm taking it very personally. I have Jewish heritage in my blood. I don't practice Judaism, but we gotta face facts. If you want to see where the radicals are at, see Pakistan being backed by Iran, backed by China. And it makes China, with the disruption we've done to their economy, because they really count on us to pay our dues to them. But by taking all of the business that we've given to them and putting them back here and over to India, which I'm in more favor of, they definitely have an incentive. Closing the border equals stopping human traffic. Oh, I can't say that. YouTube is being very strict on smaller channels. If you go to other channels that are larger, they can say whatever they want with like few exceptions. But thank you, Shamrock. Absolutely right. And Mishka, I think about you often. I know I don't reach out to anybody unless you're on like Facebook or something. Like I'm a Gen Xer apparently. I'm old school, but I know, preach to the choir. Apologies. But regardless, yes. And what scares me is we have two of the most unhinged countries with nuclear powers. They made it clear, like apparently India has violated one of the red line rules, which means that if this rule is broken, Pakistan responds in a nuclear manner. And the rule's already been broken, so what is that saying? I mean, some of the clips that are out there, if you look through more of the Eastern or Middle Eastern outlets, they give you way more information. We're getting very saturated content here in the States. I don't know if that's a means of propaganda. I watched Fox News squirm about giving real facts about how aggressive this is. I didn't see them sharing the same information that's available to the public. All you have to do is search. But as a result, I'm trying to remember what preempted India, but they turned off the water supply to Pakistan, which is listed in their little rules in red. You know, there's like, I forget how many, but if any of those rules are broken, they're supposed to have a nuclear response, or they will. They open that up as a possibility. That's a little terrifying. It's a lot of terrifying. I've always said on this channel and in my life, I never understood or respected people that run around saying it's the end is nigh, it's doomsday, it's all gonna end. That's a waste of the present. That's a waste of life to just spend it terrified or preaching the end. I mean, look through the tales of time. Everybody has thought that. We have civilizations that built foundations upon predicting that. They may have fallen, but the world has not fallen. However, when there is real risk involved, right now it appears there is. And yes, I have some fear. I'm glad that Trump is in office, and I like his tough stance. He's got balls. You can make fun of him for how he speaks till the cows come home, but the man is going to stand on his 10 toes, and I'm glad I voted for him. It's especially on my Facebook account. I don't use the others, Insta and all that, Twitter as much. But my God, my liberal friends are still all over the place. So there is a whole reality I'm not interceding with. I'm not, I see their opinions, their laugh reactions. We're in different bubbles entirely. Only I've been on their side and I popped that bubble. And I feel I'm closer to the truth than I ever did. I don't feel like I'm represented by a bunch of people that just want to pander to the lowest common denominator. Especially a party that denies the biology of humanity. That's been quite a whirlwind. So, okay, I just wanted to be on for this little walk. Our closest friends tonight and see what they're saying about it. They're conservatives. Yeah, actually, I do have to do some rounds. I'd love to catch up with King Khan, as I've said many times, just to see and hear his opinion as a combat experienced Marine that's been on the ground floor and is so intelligent with his logistics and his information and his sources. So with all that being said, I should say, I'm gonna go back to taking care of my mother until my father gets home a few days from now. I pray, I can finally say that, I pray that you all are having a lovely, wonderful day and that you all can find peace. If not for tomorrow, at least for today. And for now, I have to bid you all adieu. Thank you for listening to me rant. Sorry, Mishka. I know. It looks like a vibration. It looks like everything in the background is vibrating. My dog is gonna piss on my leg if I stand here longer. Take care. Much love. God bless America. Bye for now. Good boy.